No, this one is a special dedication. All the people of the station, real. All the lovers of radio democracy, all the lovers of radio land, the voice of the masses. Hear this, come on. Home dog selector, home dog selector. 98.1, the voice of the people. Radio democracy, radio democracy, radio democracy. On news, and entertainment.
Right, to Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. It's exactly 7:30 a.m. from 6 o'clock. Station as we're going to come to you in news and current affairs program. Good morning, Salon.
7:30 from our studios in New Granville. Good morning and welcome to the Monday's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Monday, 27th March 2023, where they bring this Monday edition of the program come to you, Mina Asma James.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Monday edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, according to Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, government they do pre-visibility study now for Bill Lunge Bridge as part of the program for turn Lunge to financial city.
This airport now the starting point of the vision of His Excellency for build a financial city. When they say they build a new Lunge city, it means a new financial city in Lunge.
The chairman for the Political Parties Registration Commission, Abdullahi Bangura, say among 7 political parties them will register with PPRC, now just 3 ready for take part at the June 24 election. And at the program this Monday morning, Radio Democracy go talk to the Secretary General for the Ceylon People's Party SLPP, Umaru Napoleon Koroma, where they can talk about decision them where the SLPP party take over the weekend, now the National Executive Council meeting.
Well, this and plenty other story them before in the program this morning. Plus one person will be mayor under the Salon People's Party, Mohamed Gento Kamara say people they misunderstand what he say inside one video where they now on social media after he go pray now one mosque na Kisi Road. You where they listen can be part of the program through your text message to the number 077 981 981. Same way so you can listen live from with different partner stations them on Radio Shalom 89.5 Nakwena Dugu and Falaba districts. Also on Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio 1J 101.3 Apujon district. Radio Colenten 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moa and 105.5 na Kailon district. The program na Good Morning Salon and it come to you from 98.1 FM. From a headline this morning, where they get the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party, Umaru Napoleon Koroma, we can talk about the next meeting where the party just come out all na Cambia, who say they make different decisions them. This and other story them they all day na the program for you. Good morning, Napoleon Koroma, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Asma. Thank you for having me this morning at the studio.
All right. Well, David will return to you shortly.
7:33 at the time from the studio clock. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. The first issue we look at the program this Monday morning. We gonna Cambia Osai President Julius Madabio say government they work now for get lights and water na Cambia district where he say now we for go with developments in other parts of the country. Well, President Bio talk this where the National Executive Council of the Ceylon People's Party meets over the weekend for talk about plan them we then get for sake of the June 24 election. You know, Kabia gets more, you're gonna report.
Naso supporter den at the SLPP party na Cambia district. Be they welcome the leader for the party when at the President Julius Madabio and member them na the National Executive Council. Outside then go all neck meeting for make the approve guidelines them on how they for pick them parliamentarian and local council candidates them for sake of the June 2023 election and self talk about the team them where the party don't put in place for win this election.
the National Campaign Committee, which is headed by the National Chairman, Dr. Alex Presadi. The next committee, the Manifesto Committee, that's also headed by a very experienced politician, Jacob Yusuf Safau. Of course, we set up the fundraising committee, where they help people raise funds. And this committee, I will decide for Yam to Dr. Fatima Madabio, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Of course, we set up the Welfare Committee, where the Deputy Chairman of the party, the head. We also set up the Reconciliation Committee, and that was also headed by another very experienced politician and the person of John Oponjo Benjamin. We get the Legal Committee, which is also headed by Anthony Brewer. They also get Public Relations Committee. That's also been headed by an experienced public communicator, and he's no less a person, but the current Minister of Information, Mohammed Rahman Suare.
Umoro Napoleon Koromam, na the Secretary General for the SLPP party, been they call the name of the different people where they in charge of the 8th election campaign committee where the party don't set up. In continue say, the party don't set up screening committee for do background check on people we want team up for mayor, chairperson, councillor and MP.
We don't set up a committee we call the Screening, Consensus Building and Elections Committee. This body I get for go around for screen all and they apply for become candidates, and for we don't screen them, they go for talk to them, we all come together and see if now in case we get 3 people that they come for only 2 positions, or talk to them, would that go be first, would that go be second, would that go be here for incumbent. So if that consensus not work, we will make sure say the grassroots then participate in the process by choosing who the one for let them represent them at the first level. So which is why the Electoral College for that system they don't set up is start from the very, very base of the party, which is the section as in the provinces and the zone as in the western area.
As always, they been a Cambia this state. Member then are the APC, NGC and ADP party, when I be former member of parliament councillor them and other people don't declare their support for the SLPP party, where this according to the SLPP district chairman, Ambassador Almami Bangura say, then declaration here come na the district for sake of the development team, where the presidents don't do na Cambia district and save the country.
I want for work for the party and work for you, for pay you back for say are full of gratitude for what you do in life. All man may not scatter in this district, but we don't need to get at it. We appreciate you for that. Today, you can see this is the beginning. You will continue. People that will be don't go NGC. And what you do here, you take most effective, most important councillors, they will know say that they get the crowd. And you can't have to be for can declare for your party. And we get the APC, we get the hitman, they will be able to get to what they will troublesome when I would be fed with them. So that young man them, young woman them, but the crowd, we need them, buy you them.
Then people here we don't join the SLPP party, been talk for the reason, waiting make them be left them party them and can't join the SLPP party.
Mina, the former councillor, Isata Sise Ward 203, Cambia District Council, and the outgoing national agenda officer for local council of association in Sierra Leone. Now NGC. Well, I see na me right. I see if I join SLPP, na a way for me. Especially this President Julius Madabio, what he don't do for we the woman there. He don't give you right now this country, especially that 30% quota.
Former councillor Kadiatu Bangura from Mambolo Chiefdom. I decide for can join the Sierra Leone People's Party today. And they declare for the SLPP because of the good work. His Excellency, anything we talk in the Duam. When I see what we here, now so be the dress for go all People's Congress Party meeting. But they push supporter them. I decide for can join the SLPP because of the Mamikos. It's too much. Any side on Mamikos.
Me na former councillor Ablayo Kukamara, where they represent what to Cambia Central, because my mentality na developmental mentality I get. So where I see somebody where get the same mentality like me, and I make myself decide for follow. One, the free quality education, this electrification. So I decide now for joining the president's agenda and in developmental.
Abdullah S. Bangura may have been a very strong and vibrant member of the All People's Congress, APC. The chain of development, the way to go, because I'm born of Cambia District, to be precise, on my heart chiefdom. So the way we see this chain of development to go, who back no one left behind. Me, I be a very heavyweight inside the APC. At the same time, I want to bring back inside the SLPP because from a place and place back at development, this train not for left wing. For left wing, we go for the getter. The results will tell. I want to stand tall and tell you, my chiefdom, Ward 192 on my heart chiefdom. Trust me, the SLPP is going to get 98% there.
Honorable Ali Badara, now be former member of parliament for APC party in Akambia district for 10 years, but don't join now the SLPP party and we get this for sale.
Me na MP for 10 good years. Me na a member over 25 years now this party. I don't take a long time. Now the body no more small, but we don't take a time. I got the people there. Me na APC. This party, we go detention for this party. If they rule we, they for giving chance make we rule their own people. Them. Now that's some of we don't agree. Now the problem that one is, some of we supposed to go to court because I get something where actually when they give me the okay for going to court, I get the document. Me na paid them.
When him dey welcome them people here na the SLPP party, the leader for the party when na the president Julius Madabio say the decision wey them people here make na the right decision because the SLPP party is say na developmental party.
This now for just welcome, we sister them and we brother them, we don't come back now full. Indeed, SLPP na Kambia party. Only that we in the south, we so welcoming. We welcome SLPP. Kambia they vex, they jealous, they left and we hand. But we know they jealous. We ready for share SLPP with tonight again. Because SLPP now the party where they bring everything way good in this country. The APC make we believe say where they say Mendeman, they not care for Northern. I lie. Because SLPP, we know say now Northern party. Now when I don't know, I make when I left this valuable property to me. Let me say go hold on. And now when I don't see the virtue, what the SLPP can do.
President Bio say Kambia districts and one part of the districts them where in government don't do plenty development in them. Where this making say that they plan
Background wagi, so waiting the National Executive Council and the Salon People's Party can do. Tell me more about the mandates of NEC and how powerful it be.
Okay, thank you very much. I just make small correction. NEC is the second highest decision making body. The highest decision making body at the National Delegates Conference. We made up of about 1,060 delegates there. The second highest decision making body is the National Executive Council. We made up about 266 delegates there. Then come out to the National Executive Officers there. However, the National Executive Officers, they are all members of NEC, former members of Parliament, are members of NEC, current members of Parliament, are members of NEC. They get the district chairman, women's leader, and secretaries, they are all members of NEC plus the region. So normally, between hold on longer with delegate conference, the condition says the annual delegate conference will be held one annually. The annual delegate conference will be held annually every for the bottom annually to ratify and take decisions.
All right. Well, we want for apologize for that each day. Because the mic not looked in we favor this morning. But I think the producer they don't rectify the mic, and we come again over to the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party, Umaru Napoleon Koma. This morning they are for talk about the next meeting where they just come out. Now, Kambia, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Any one for undertake, we can normally go ahead and convey NEC. So NEC they ratify that decision there, and NEC give the mandate to the national executive officers there for carry on their behalf. So when we meet in February 7 this year, the National Delegate Conference, wherein His Excellency Julius Madabio duly announced a Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julia Jallo for continuing as a running mate. The resolutions with the National Delegate Conference be do was that he give the directive as national officer and say for draft guidelines with the guide the process of selecting candidates for members of parliament and local councils. So he give that mandate so for draft the guidelines, and after we don't draft them, we're not going to use them. We have to take it to NEC, discuss it, and fully implement them as the guidelines. So immediately after that meeting, they also give the mandate say at that meeting they for do replacement of party officers. We don't die in between the last elections to the present before the next election, so we'll forget after we mandate expire. So when we meet at NEC, before the NEC, the National Executive sit down, we do the draft guidelines, not to rules and regulations, of course. If not rules and regulations, you go to PPRC, but something for guide we in the process of selecting candidate for we parliamentary and local council elections. So we take that guidelines there, we can go to NEC, we go discuss them, NEC go look at them critically, then agree with we, and some corrections the way they make. After they done again, they approve them and they approve them by a resolution, where the resolution also has been drafted and signed and is now part of the authority of the party. In that guidelines, they would only out clearly how we go for involve the party grassroots in the process of selecting. These are district block system. Everybody be the talk them, but they go around say they just go for select names and they send them to the who make the list. But it doesn't work like that in the SLPP, because the SLPP is structured right from the base of the country. Wherein we get in the provinces, we get sectional executives, we get chiefdom executive, we get constituency executive, we get district executive, regional executive, and then national executive. That's hierarchy. In the urban centers, we get zonal executive, come to the constituency, district, then the national officer. So one, let everybody get a feel of the process, let they own the process. So at the end of the day, when we go to those districts for campaign, everybody will come on board and make sure, say, whosoever get for make the list on behalf of the Australian People's Party, they had the opportunity for take part in that decision-making body. So which is why, in terms of selecting, we say people have to go down there and consult with them, talk to them, in what we call in the waiting system. So they will meet, they sit down for compromise. So for example, in a particular district, the district block system, they call, say, for submit a list of where you have like 10 constituencies, you have to submit like not less than 20 names. You could do 21 or 22, but not less than 20, meaning first 10 when are the immediate one, then the 10 when are the alternate, because we're not going for the get by-elections anymore. So if we get districts and now the numbers, they don't plenty past that one day, we have to go and sit everybody down and try for talk to them, say this about the SLPP, this about winning the district, let's have a compromise together. So they will discuss them right from the one day where they involve, bring out the sections together, the chiefdom and the constituency together as it were before, then to the district, we discuss them. We say it's not possible, then we say, okay, we will do a small primary and we constitute a delegate structure for them primaries and the delegate structure for them primaries and we decide say for bring camp a new innovation, in fact, in this process right now. Before, for example, we will get the constituency them. Now only, for example, chiefdom executive and constituency executive be the take part in their primaries and now we even say let the section the back camp, let they send the representative, because get executives and they bring on the women's leader, the young generation, the chairman, they say and the part of the decision-making process. So at the end of the day, now they will be able to spearhead the campaign in those areas. They will sweep the entire district.
All right. So we can look more into the guidelines as to how the Salon People's Party get for pick the one they will for the list under the PR system. But let me look at one major thing will happen over the weekend. Now, on a NEC meeting gets for do with the campaign team, because we go into the elections now. Just about 2 months to the elections, so I don't go determine that's and get for champion on a campaign team. Firstly, we just start for the listeners that we viewers them know how una agree on who that's for dinner certain positions. As I don't go name them over the weekend. How wanna be reach the conclusion?
Okay, thank you very much. Also at our last delegate conference, the national delegate will be mandatory for those set up the structures here. This of course are just an ad hoc structure. We will dissolve immediately after the elections. So the mandates now from the day we will appoint them to June 24 after the elections, because we're not gonna forget on for the win, of course. So immediately the elections done, then this particular committee will not be dissolved, they will not done the work. So apparently we'll go para meeting, we get the composition of the committees then. We decide say let people that nominate from the floor, the respective people that for serve as a chairman. The chairman they just did for coordinate. So for example, we started like, for example, the manifesto committee. Somebody nominated from the North American region, say Mr. Jacob Yusufa, who was being former Secretary General of the party. We don't get hindsight with regards all the activities of the new direction before 2018 and throughout 2018. You understand the issues that we want for concentration and everything. They just chair the process. So he's going to be assisted in that work by Honorable Alhaji Momodu Kuroma, who was former vice presidential candidate. They also get Fodiba Dabo. Then we get Hannah Aisata Makati, a woman. They will get Honorable Segepo Thomas. Then we get Mrs. Roslyn Satu Sewo. Those are the 5 members that we then nominate on the floor, but they also get the authority for co-opt more members and for them come on board as and when they're available and the expertise called for. So if we deal with sector areas, then we could bring on people that will then get expertise in the area of agriculture, in the area of education, the different sectors, and they say we can contribute to that manifesto. Then we come to, for example, the fundraising committee. We are in people and say, since we can a government, it's not a finance, it's a fundraising. We still fair money. So we decided, say, the First Lady of the Republic of Australia, Dr. Fatima Madabio, since the party can have power, not only as First Lady, she's been involved in all fundraising activities for the party. The one last year, he decided, say, he come on board, say the party need forget to stand in phone. He organized a dinner na Bintumani Conference Center for the party, in which he able to raise some good amount of money for the party. We don't give to the party now, you don't use as a basis and seed money for undertake activity. So we say let's continue the activities there for raise the fund and should be assisted in that work by Honorable Sidi Yayah Tunis, Mr. Philip Kanu, Mr. Amara Rogers, with more members to be co-opted as they need them. Then we also get the Legal Affairs Committee, we headed by Anthony Brewer, who happens to be the legal one of the party. He's been the face of the legal representation of the party for the longest. So he come, then they select head, and he will be assisted by another very senior colleague, Wina Banja Tijansi, then Musa Mewa, Madam Tuma Chabi, and Mr. Sawane. They will get the public relations. The public relations, now for the reach out for talk to the public and all that stuff. So the fittest person with the delegate conference, they say, the next it's not that possible. Mohamed Rahman Swari, who happens to be the Minister of Information, because he's been within the media landscape the longest. You understand the environment. You understand whether for send, for talk, waiting for talk, when for talk, and waiting for do. So he will be assisted in that work by Dr. Memunatu Pratt and Honorable Tawa Conte, then Mr. Emmanuel Giali, then Mr. Sandy. So we also get a welfare committee who will say with Deputy Chairman of the party, Alaji Kalon, because during the campaign, welfare issues will come up and everything. We need a committee who will respond to the one day. And Honorable Alaji Kalon, and he head that committee, who's the Deputy Chairman of the party, and also will be assisted by 3 women then, more to be co-opted, Honorable Makoa, Honorable Meros Kamitin, then Mrs. Aisatu Denke Timbu. Then we come say, let's talk about the reconciliation committee. What do you mean by this? This is a committee who, if we say, a go for there as a standby committee, if we get any fallout with regard the selection of candidate for representative, this committee go there as a standby committee for talk to them, reconcile them. They also, many of our brothers, they don't stay aside quietly, who are coming back into the party for reconcile them with the one that we don't do and left. So we say, who don't go fit for do that one day, but no less everybody, former chairman and leader of the party, and the person of John Oponjo Benjamin. We don't be Minister of Finance, we don't be chairman of the party. He understands the party in and out, south, east, north, and west. So the other person who go assist in that work, Dr. Alpha Uri, Honorable Veronica Kadisisi, Honorable Bintu Myers, and Professor Lawrence Kamara. So those are the committees that will set. We're next set. We're responsible for coordinating. Then, of course, they get a campaign committee, which is going to be headed by the national campaign chairman, national chairman of the party, Dr. Alex Presadi, twice Secretary General of the Australian People's Party, under Tijankaba. We lead the secretariat for let Tijankaba win and also win the second term. They come again as deputy leader of the party. They come as leader of the party, bring Kamada Biona power. So the fittest person will next say, well, this time around, let it be the face of the campaign and will be going to be assisted by all the national officers and many other people they go for the co-ops in that group. They will go for get various district teams that when a district campaign structures them. Each district, therefore, get a head and everything. You're going to enjoy just for provider leadership day, as he's been doing, providing leadership for the party. So that structure they now don't put in place, and we believe say this structure are very much formidable and good, and it will deliver the result come 2024.
So in as much as you don't state clearly say nominations them then go do over the weekend for let una determine who that's for all certain position. Yeah. Also from where una list come out of them people and the way the party don't pick say now then go for day before the campaign business. Question on the candidates. Some names them again where they not see where we don't active before, where they not see appear again na the list. Waiting at the problem with some of them. For example, the National Publicity Secretary of the Salon People's Party, Lai Lawrence Lima. Now one person where plenty people on the ask say he was active na the past election. This trip a name drop.
He's a PRO of the party. I've been active in the SLPP all this while. I'm the Secretary General of the party, meaning not in any of the committee there, because I'm the Secretary General at the pass through. So all the national officers then, this is it. All the national officers are part of the committee then they, because you have to go any meeting of those committees and they can invite any national officer, okay, dedicate any national officer, and we are going to be doing the supervision And we go for the go around for see how they work and everything. Or else if you don't see tomorrow Napoleon Kuruma again as chairman of a committee here. But the chairman of the campaign committee will put on it specifically because we believe, say, this time around the campaign is going to be spearheaded because our district block system. We want to have our district executives working. We want to have all our party structure effectively. And the one way to be active, as you say in the last election, they are all also very much active. Some of them even don't start long ago, they are ahead, and they are going to be part of this committee, whether they're chairman or not. It's everybody's work, everybody's going to be on board. Honorable Lawrence Lahai Lima is the PRO of the party, is a national officer, and he will be part of the process going forward.
If you listen to the program, you listen to Good Morning Salon, and at the program this morning, we get the National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party, Umaru Napoleon Kuruma, when he talk about the structures they don't put in place ahead of the June elections. Now, let me look at the guidelines them where you earlier start for talk about. Say una don't put together guidelines them on how una get for award symbols to people. Then you start for talk and then you go to the structures of the party. Especially when now the block system, understanding of these systems very, people still try for understand them. So waiting at the guidelines we the SLPP don't put in place for give symbols to people.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we still try for educate to membership, but thank God we still get quite sizable number within very management position of the party where they don't use this process in 1996 and they use them back in 2002, specifically the district block system. We get the chairman of the party who was secretary general at that time. We get many other people them, so we understand exactly what it means. But this time around, because a lot of dynamics don't change, like I told earlier, we decided we're going to start the process from the base. Each district, of course, the executive then they did how we don't decide or we don't divide the party structures. They are going to start from the base. They do the weighting system. They then get the candidate, the aspirant. Okay, the first thing first we got to do, candidates then everybody who interested for be selected as a candidate, both for parliament, local council, they have to apply to the district. You go for right your application. In that application, we have a declaration form we don't fill. In that declaration form, we don't put the certain questions in where they undertake, say they're correct. You got for say, for example, say you are Israelian for a member of parliament, you're above 21 years of age, you're not ever involved in any criminal offenses, you're not ever disqualified or any laws for take part in election. They also affirm, say, this is an internal process, and you promise for abide by them. Then in an event you're not selected, you undertake, say, you will still support the party going forward. So if you're willing, you come with your application, with your CV, your registration for your membership in the party, then you give the district. The district, they compile all that list with all the information and they send out to the secretariat. The secretariat will now publish the list of all who don't apply. Like we don't publish the list of all who don't apply. Then we get a screening committee inside the guidelines we don't form. We'll call our screening, consensus building, and election. So the first stage, there they go now. We then listen to what they give them. They go sit down at the district headquarters. Then they call them. How many people that apply, Mr. A, Madam B, Madam C, all kind of, they get a face-to-face with them. Now you apply, now you name this yes, they go advice, now you name this yes, now you document this yes, now you clearance this yes, so you qualify, you meet all the documentation requirement, they lay aside, then they get an engagement with you. We don't get an engagement with you, then they call the other candidates, or we don't know, talk to them, they say, okay, now this is the situation. Based on all which you don't can screen, I will feel say, example, asthma for B number 1, maybe for B number 2. Example, APC na listen na example they make to SLPP them. So we don't do that. Then the person go say, okay, based on myself down say I be only come up, but I really feel say this why it get more weight past me. Then the number 1, me go the number 2. Because I never know tomorrow if anything happen within that area day, me say go come up. Then that's a consensus, no problem. But if they say, no, myself, in fact, me for the number 1, me for the number 1, this, that, they will say, okay, we not argue. We can't go into small primaries. They will bring out the structure. We not the delegate composition, the electoral college. They will bring out the sectional executive, 3 people then. We'll bring out the chiefdom executive, the representative then. They will bring out the constituency executive. They can't vote. Who they can't vote, maybe they go give you more pass this way, then they give the percentage. They come to the district, but the district bar look at them. Then they say they from there, they send out to the national. They say, this we don't do. So the national now they look at and say, okay, indeed, the people that all cannot be wrong from that point to this point, reaching to we, they will say, okay, this person I go the number one, this one go the number. They will say, go call now for say, that's what the people that also accept them. So that's what is going to happen. In so doing, also, we have to be very, very much mindful, of course, of the electoral laws. Now we get that out of every 3 candidates we choose, you can forget one woman. And I go please for inform you, as far as parliamentary thing is concerned, we don't get very, very formidable woman. In fact, some area then we don't get more woman, they don't come up past. If you can imagine, like along the street, you will not take time now woman, now so woman they go did it.
We'll continue for the between the program. Omar Napoleon Koroma. It's about the structures them way, then go agree on and the guidelines them for pick the member of council them and member of parliament. So we'll come back to you, may continue for talk, but the process we they go for the short break.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy Exalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money that you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go on Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
Commercial Bank. All right, we continue the program. Good morning, Salon. Maybe before you read the next intro, I want to say congratulations to Widali Leo Stars yesterday. They make we proud, and we're glad with the outcome of the match yesterday, as Leo Stars win 2-0, and we pray they will continue with the winning until we go AFCON. Congratulations again, Leon Stars.
And we just hope they will continue with that spirit today, like you say.
They will continue.
Yeah. Well, the program Good Morning Salon, they continue 3 minutes after 8 at the time from a studio clock. We look at more issues inside the program. They go on at the All People's Congress, APC party, outside the National Publicity Sector at the APC. Sidi Yayah Tunis don't say now 5 million all leons. People who want for being member of parliament under the APC ticket get for pay before they give symbol to the one they want for being members of parliament. Well, Sidi Yayah Tunis talk this inside one interview with Radio Democracy. Also, if they talk about the fee where the party don't put for different people who want for be member of parliament, councillor, chairman, and mayor under the APC. He explained more to Mange Mansari.
Well, as you know, we now get time, and the term for elections they come closer, and so the party don't through the secretariat put out a press release deciding the call on all other interests for run for member of parliament, for run for mayor or district council chairperson, and also for big councillor under the APC symbol. Say the application for them position and they available now, and the brochure also they outweigh the direct people have for apply, who side for apply and waiting need for be done. So that press release they out, we first of all state say the application.
You mentioned some few things. They say how for apply and who side for apply. So how then they apply?
Well, now that make first of all you get the brochure. The brochure gets in everything where you need for know, the steps then where you need for follow, for do your application. I'm not go put them out now because like you say, this party business. And that make would encourage them for come get the brochure for themselves so that the information always they need for no day. And the brochure ready now, already don't set the fee for get the brochure at 200 new leon.
So more we look at the application, the payment there, we then don't state. How do they do payment for all of the positions then?
Well, it just sounds like what we do payments then for the different positions they will run for from world level all the way to national positions. But we just concluded elections then. We get we account, we party account, when are they all payments for be done. So if you're a person, for example, you did in your village, you want for run for councillor, you know, say you not able to come free time. You can through your district chairman make your payment, na bank, na the account, again your receipt, your name and everything, and then he can take your brochure for you. Because now the same process will be go through where people they apply for ward positions, then for constituency positions. You know, not all man go able to come free time, but through the district executive them and the regional executive, then go able for assist for ensure say people will want for apply for different positions, then whether a councillor, whether a member of parliament, district council chairman, the accounts number they where they all go make the payments, they can take their applications then, you know, and then go apply for the positions that we don't want. So for member of parliament, application fee na 5,000 new loans. All loans at na 5 million. 5,000 new loans na 5 million. Then the mayor and chairperson na 3,000 new loans. We na 3 million old loans. And the councillor application fee na 1,000 new loan. We na 1 million. Loans. So if they pay at the account number, the local commercial bank account number, we now 1086762. We now the party account. So once them payments and they happen, the secretariat they make the brochure and the application available for waiting you pay for, and then you go do your application.
So you get a deadline in all of this?
Well, I mean, let's move fast enough. We don't say as of 3rd April. All this for don't happen before the 3rd of April. Because as you know, NEC get a date for nomination of candidates. And we don't want for miss that date day. And also as a party, we get steps that we will get for go after the application. You know, say with constitution, say for any position, election. So all who that apply, we get for go through some form of elections process for make sure, say, we able to do the list in accordance to waiting the people at the various constituencies and various wards desire.
A refundable?
No, it's not refundable.
All right, well, that's not the National Publicity Secretary for the APC, Sidi Yayah Tunis. When they talk on that interview with Mange Mansari, where they talk about the different feed them, where they don't set for people who want for be member of parliament, councillor, chairman or mayor under the All People's Congress APC symbol.
We continue with the program. 9 minutes after 8, now the time for Moose Studio Clock. We come over again to Napoleon Komon, Secretary General SLPP. They talk about the guidelines where they don't use for try for see how they will able to forget their member of parliament, list them, and council list them. Let me look at the timeline from now. I mean, elections just about 2.5 months from now. When are the timeline for make una submit all the lists of people we go get for 114 up for member of parliament then?
Next, we don't pull the timetable between 18th April to 28th of April. I think then process is there for the committee will do nominations then. But I'll just go to quick something. Inside the guidelines also, we get the terms of the application with the documents for brinker and the money way for pay. So for we, the members of parliament, they pay 4 million loans or 4,000 loans. Now a commercial, the local commercial bank account with the number in the guidelines. Than for members of parliament. Monday. So what we do like how we do in 2018, all female aspirants with the intention for run, we don't exempt them from the payment of fees because these are part of the processes the woman they say economically they are challenged for come forward for them position in the. So in 2018, we make sure say the party exempt woman from paying the fees. So the same guidelines back again, NECDO approve and say as long as you know a female aspirant, you go for the position, you know they pay any application fees, both at as a member of parliament and as councillor. So for the councillors, we say 500 loans, 500,000 loans or 500 new loans. Now for councillors. Then for council chairman and mayors, they pay 2 million loans. There again, any woman where they go for councillor, when a woman, we exempt them from payment. Any woman where they go for mayor or district council chairman, we exempt them from making that payment. So we don't exempt them. But the timeline they don't put now, the district executive, they don't begin since Saturday will come on Cambia, they don't begin work immediately, they don't call meetings, they don't start the process.
Then I don't send yesterday to them the guidelines then, the declaration forms then, and the application process as I talk to you now. If they on calls, you don't start, they would expect, say, by the 1st of April, they will not get all the applications then, compiler and submitter to the National Secretariat. When we get on the 1st of April, they will go into the next phase of the process. We intend to say Danny Bag will take a very short while for complete. Then they come now to the final process when the National Secretariat for do the compilation, sign them according to the 2022 Public Elections Act, which will be signed by the authorities the way the act make provision for. They will submit under the ECSL.
When them waiting for, is that a committee we responsible solely for the awarding of symbols?
Like I say, not one specific committee. So you got to start, like I say, the first committee when at the screening and the consensus building committee election, then they start the process. We don't start the process, then they come with them up. We reach back at the national level, the team get for sit around now. So it's not one single structure. So I'm going to be informed by the decision from the lowest to the highest coming up. So along the line, if one first phase, if one first phase make any mistake and everything, it will be corrected at the second phase. So let's say from the district level and constituency level as it were before, then get any issue. By the time they reach at the regional level, we'll not rectify them. If you not rectify the way it can at the national level, will be rectified before you reach at the final stage.
Making the fee free for women them now one thing, but also, and you also been mentioned earlier, say una they ensure say una go by the PPRC Act we space go for day from neck for ensure say every 3 nominations there is a woman. You say one woman, you say una they ensure so una do one, but also waiting at the thing they wanna put for vets for no the kind woman them where they can at the list and not be no more because of in gender because a woman una say. Now,
that's why we have said let everybody apply. When they apply, they attach your CV. So when you attach your CV, we start from the process. Then waiting with man called Dex Research. We don't basically know say you know this person. Then the additional way they will even say submit a police clearance. That tells us your record. Then from there again, the community where they come up from, they say get their assessment what they do. That's why they'll be subjected to the process as well. So the community you come up from, you get section, you get chiefdom, you get constituency, you get district, you get region. All around there, however, now if you don't do in the landscape, you don't do that. If anything there about you, it will come to the limelight before reaching the national officer. So it's not just a matter of saying woman is going to be the one then qualitative woman, the woman will able for represent the people of this country, able for take part. Mind you, we want to have 30% or more of our parliament. We go for be woman there, when they go for big decision. And the next parliament go for be a very historic one because we're still in the process of constitutional reform. Government we don't do a white paper. And we intend for proceed with that in the second term of President Julius Maada Bio. So the parliament will forget. It will be a very solid parliament, and we hope say they will deliver the car this current parliament here don't do in terms of lawmaking and in terms of put Israel on the map. This parliament here don't get that record there, and we'll continue from that point there.
Continue for the between at the studio. Omaro Napoleon Koroma, National Secretary General for the Salon People's Party. We'll come back to you. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue with the take short break and look at more issues.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money now any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB couple in safe.
Hey, just a second. You know, say for subscribe now free. Plenty people who they watch here, they know they subscribe because someone feel say for subscribe, they need for pay money. If you not be known for no say for subscribe now free. But why for subscribe? If for subscribe for 3 main reasons. Number 1, you go be the first person we go know whenever we come on live. Number 2, you go be the first person we go know whenever we upload new video. And number 3, you go be the first person for comments, like or share. And the last one for support we, so we go bring kind of content here regularly to you. So you see how it's beneficial to you. So if you don't subscribe it, what you do it? I for subscribe to TPP Leo now. And before I forget, not forget for click the notification bell so you go get all the notification bam.
na this airport, as the new Freetown airport don't begin receive and send passenger them from Saturday, March 25 this year. For more on this, Musa Kamara go report.
A sky flight Boeing 738. They land na the Freetown International Airport and passenger them na this flight. Now the first for use the Freetown International Airport terminal as a sky be the first passenger flight for land and use the new terminal building since President Bio launch March 3 this year. Waiting at the experience of them passenger them yaso.
Mina Barnes Kombalevi, National Coordinator Land for Life. They make comparative experience. I don't travel several countries, Africa, outside Africa. I don't see Kutuka, I don't see the Kenyan Nairobi airport, I don't see the Ethiopia, I don't see the old airport to be in Naya. When I've been in everybody's airport, I thought it was just a kind of extension, a small size. But within a city today, me a civil rights activist who affirm say, now one of the best things that they would ever happen to Salone. For the first time ever enter inside tunnel, where he left plane, he enter inside tunnel, he find himself inside the airport. Now today, the first time I experience on a Salone. He really see class.
I come all the way from Kenya. I do 3 transits before I reach here. Based on, because I left here over 2 years ago, based on what I don't see presently and what I see how they go, a great difference. Also like maybe we will try for praise anything, but also something good you need for talk. Which I say really good compared to the airport that I don't use transit on. It really match to standard. So I would say I appreciate actually what they go on at the country presently.
Honestly, I feel amazed. In fact, I even miss an office in a salon a day. Dubai. We know they compare. Compare is not the under. Because this one.
Waiting this facility mean to airline them. Abu Kamara, now country manager for Sky Airline, and in flight, don't be the first for use the facility.
I feel great, I feel fulfilled, and I feel happy for being part of this history today. It's very, very, very much important for me because, for example, before this time during the rains, where we passing at the camp, pass to take the bus, and the time for they take the bus for going at the flight, and most of the passengers they get wet. But now, if you see, we get a very brand new tunnel just of the plane park. Passengers just get in. We're very, 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 very enormous, and I feel very proud for being part of this history, more especially maybe in the first Sierra Leonean and best aircraft, and the very first aircraft for commercial flight.
Within 2 to 3 hours since the first flight land at the new airport facility, 2 other passenger flights them safe been land and have been busy moments for the airport, and you can sense them through the announcements them.
Passengers traveling on Air Senegal, flight 2214 to Nigeria, Japan, are requested to board.
Jack Masakoe, the general manager for the Freetown International Airport, and he began to observe this project from the start to date.
I feel very, very, very good, happy. His Excellency the President don't bring glory to our nation. We witness a very bright history that the Sierra Leoneans will be proud. We are proud of this airport.
Cabinet Kalon, this is a proud moment for him as Minister of Transports.
I'm not only happy, I'm very, 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 very much emotional for those see what happened today. I mean, first in the history, I think we serve as a Sierra Leoneans will be proud of what we were able to achieve so far. Well, first of all, it improve the aviation industry. I mean, all man I will not say we did in the right trajectory. We did like any other part of the world. If you see the airport, just think like for say you do Europe. I mean, you can see when passengers they come, all my glad.
Inside the first passenger flight, I cannot say the passenger them been spend more time at the terminal building, and the reason for this now because they try for pay them $25 security fee through the security ports. Even though the Minister of Internal Affairs through the security port, they implement the payment of security fees at the airport. But as the Salone Civil Aviation Authority, now the body where they're in charge for see the effective and smooth running of the airport, make I ask the Director General for Civil Aviation Authority, Moses Tifa Bayo, as to what he make up of the delay where the passenger them go through for pay the security fee.
Me say like I say, I'm shocked. When I see the line, the queue, I'm shocked. Now I ask and then tell me say a security fee payment. I don't even know. But these are some of the observations we don't get from first day operations, and we will try to see how we will take the necessary steps for address them. So nothing here actually we don't take note, and we will try for work on them.
Another thing we have been observing at the airport, that the poor mobile network signal and lack of internet facility for make passenger them get access to internet, and have been put this concern self to Moses Tifa.
The airport management someone tell me say and get free internet facility at this airport, but I'm not trying it anyway. So that is one thing for us.
Me don't try the internet and not get any connection from any feeder at the airports.
Okay, well, again, and I start with start. So this is something where you say, for no, Rome must not build in the daytime. So let's give ourselves maybe after 1 or 2 months operations, then you come back and see whether those challenges
Sierra Leone, a country rich in mineral resources and agriculture. The negligence of the government has damaged the economy. While the country is experiencing a constant increase in the prices of household commodities, poverty, inflation, poor education, food shortages, and massive unemployment, our dear president and his family are spending lavishly on trips that cannot be accounted for, with over billions of leones squandered. Our dear president is witch hunting instead of reforming the economy. Our dear first lady is more concerned about her TikTok audience than the Sierra Leonean people. A luxurious lifestyle funded with taxpayers' money. While millions of youths are roaming the streets unemployed, the First Lady's sons keep displaying his privileges. We are concerned that our voices are not heard, that we are getting more poorer, that we are losing more jobs and joblessness is rampant, that we cannot afford good meals at a good price. We deserve better economic prosperity, increased standard of living, job security, standard and quality education. To restore faith in our political institutions, it's time for our voices to be heard. Indeed, a new dawn to a great Sierra Leone. Salon Youth Bank is responsible for the content of this message. Sierra Leone, a country rich in mineral resources and agriculture. The negligence of the government has damaged the economy. While the country is experiencing a constant increase in the prices of household commodities, poverty, inflation, poor education, food shortages, and massive unemployment, our dear president and his family are spending lavishly on trips that cannot be accounted for, with over billions of leones squandered. Our dear president is witch hunting instead of reforming the economy. Our dear First Lady is more concerned about her TikTok audience than the Sierra Leonean people. A luxurious
the most peaceful country in the world. This na the time for make we respect other people's rights, not talk bad word against other political party or self, tribal or its message, not for day pan campaign business.
When you the campaign, do a response.
Sierra Leone, a country rich in mineral resources and agriculture. The negligence of the government has damaged the economy. While the country is experiencing a constant increase in the prices of household commodities, poverty, inflation, poor education, food shortages, and massive unemployment, our dear president and his family are spending lavishly on trips that cannot be accounted for, with over billions of leones squandered. Our dear president is witch hunting instead of reforming the economy. Our dear First Lady is more concerned about her TikTok audience than the Sierra Leonean people. A luxurious lifestyle funded with taxpayers' money. While millions of youths are roaming the streets unemployed, the First Lady's sons keep displaying his privileges. We are concerned that our voices are not heard, that we are getting more poorer, that we are losing more jobs and joblessness is rampant, that we cannot afford good meals at a good price. We deserve better economic prosperity, increased standard of living, job security, standard and quality education. To restore faith in our political institutions, it's time for our voices to be heard. Indeed, a new dawn to a great Sierra Leone. Salon